Sometimes I'll start a sentence, and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way.
Yup, that's it, right there. That's the video. It is the 1920s. Musicians like Leon Abbey, Roy Butler, and Teddy Weatherford are touring India to avoid the racial discrimination they face in the USA. On the tour, they see Indian musicians performing and go, "Whoa, look at these people from a distant culture doing something that forms the very core of our beloved jazz." Whoa! Do you mean the creative activity of immediate musical composition which combines performance with communication of emotions and instrumental technique as well as spontaneous response to other musicians? Hell yeah! Wanna make a song together? Hell yeah! Welcome Indo-Jazz, a musical genre consisting of jazz, classical, and Indian influences. With its structures and patterns based on Indian music with typical jazz improvisations overlaid, Indo-Jazz is the living, breathing example of how adaptation and improvisation gives birth to new musical ideas and genres. While the term may be comparatively recent, the concept in its full-fledged form dates back to at least the mid-1950s. Ravi Shankar, John McLaughlin, John Coltrane, and John Mayer are some of the pioneers of the fusion of Indian and jazz music. Conversely, Indian music has also left a deep impact on a subgenre of jazz music known as free jazz. Much discussion of the Indo-Jazz fusion focuses on American jazz musicians of Indian heritage. Musicians like Vijay Iyer, Ray Zabasi, and Rudra Mahanithappa have incorporated the studies of their ancestral music into their own ideas of improvisation. But they only represent the contemporary part of over a century-long collaborations between jazz players and Indian classical musicians. Many well-known recordings find jazz facing east. Buddy Rich and Ustad Allah Rakha jamming, Yusuf Lateef incorporating the North Indian Shehnai, late-period John Coltrane, Alice Coltrane's devotional music, and the Mahavishnu and Shakti work of guitarist John McLaughlin. Works of Ravi Shankar, like the improvisation on the theme of Pathar Panchali, are notable too. So, what does it all mean? Well, simply put, overcoming cultural confinement. We artists often are too hesitant to even own up to our own heritage, let alone merging it with other cultures that we either try to imitate or are afraid of. In the case of Indo-Jazz, the artists set themselves free from the boundaries of their own culture. They didn't care too much. They let go. They improvised.